Yo, 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 what it do, family? It's your Uncle T coming back at you once again with another Tunes Talk. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Now, as you know, for those of y'all been following along anyway, I usually do readings on new moons and full moons. Now, this is not a new moon or full moon, but it's going to be the most luckiest day of the year. Bad English, right? The luckiest day of the year. It's an astrological party, y'all. So we've got Venus conjunct Jupiter. I was just taking a picture last night and they right there next to each other in the sky. So Venus is going to be conjunct Jupiter technically June 9th, which is tomorrow. I'm recording this on June 8th. So we're about to catch another vibe check. You already know it's time to do a reading. Come kick it with your Uncle T and see what the word is on the street. See what your angels, ancestors, and your allies have to say. So again, we're going to call in your most high, your most elevated angels, ancestors, and allies. Ashe, we got this frankincense burning, beautiful incense, offering our prayers up to the Most High, you know what I'm saying? And so we got the frankincense right here, but what your Uncle T also wants to bring forward is I got some blessed oil, some anointing oil. It's frankincense infused olive oil, some good olive oil, and I'm going to be throwing it in these little dropper bottles, and you can anoint, your candles, anoint your incense, anoint yourself, anoint your doorways, your windows, things like that. Whatever, you feel that you want to do with it, shoot, be my guest. You can even massage it a little bit into your skin, not for topical use only, you know what I'm saying? Not for ingestion, but you can ingest it, but you know what it is, for safety reasons. First and foremost, your Uncle T never gives medical advice because I am not a doctor, but I am somewhat of a witch doctor. So I give spiritual advice and offer insights to develop your own sense of supreme health and spiritual power. That's what your Uncle T does on the channel here. So right now we about to come forward and do this tarot reading. First and foremost, we're going to pull a few herbal astrology oracle cards. Like I said, it's the luckiest day of the year. Venus conjunct Jupiter in your Uncle T's sign of Cancer. So I'm already in love with the vibes. You know what I'm saying? And Jupiter is the great benevolent. You know what I mean? The great benefic. So the planet represents expansion, luck, good fortune, things like that. And Venus is a very harmonizing planet. And it represents love and this Venusian aspect of the indulgence in some of the finer things in life. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's also very harmonious. It has a huge component towards love. So this could come forward in your relationships, externally, but more importantly, always we're reflecting back into our internal relationship with self. So let's see what this lucky day has to bring forward. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do another shuffle. We're going to knock it. And let's throw in another little chime for good measure. Let's see what wants to come forward. We got chamomile, one of my favorite herbs. I love chamomile. As a Cancerian, I fucks with the chamomile heavy. Chamomile is very soothing to the digestive system, also to the nervous system, things like that. And like I said, as a Cancer, your Uncle T gets the butterflies in his stomach every now and again. Whether that be from something, spiritually, and usually my diet's on point, so I'm not really that finicky, but sometimes, my stomach could get finicky with what I'm eating, but spiritually, we gotta be calm, we gotta be cool and collected with our nervous system. So your Uncle T and Great Spirit have come together to tell y'all, this aspect of being the luckiest day of the year, it's about cultivating your inner peace. It even says it on here, inner peace. Now, inner peace can come externally, you know what I mean? Maybe peace with your siblings, peace with your partner, whomever you've got a relationship with, these relational dynamics, shoot, your boss, whatever the case may be, or peace, like I said, more importantly, with our inner selves. It's that inner peace that wants to come forward. So let's pull 3 tarot cards. Let's do this holographic deck and see what wants to come forward. We got the 3 of Cups already showing up at the bottom, which is a celebration. So let's celebrate the fact that we're cultivating inner peace and that the luckiest day of the year is about to bring us, you know, some abundance. Woo! All these cards want to jump out. Abundance, you know, some love, some self-love, some good fortune. You know, shoot. Maybe you're going to win the lottery, you know what I'm saying? But more importantly, like I always say, it's about winning the lottery of life. You know what I'm saying? You know, this aspect of karma and good things coming forward, and you know, the good vibrations and the good energy you put forth is always going to come back. The word never comes back void, so it's going to come back tenfold. So always put your best foot forward, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's fitting to come back tenfold. All right. So some of y'all are having trouble putting your best foot forward, because I'm having trouble shuffling this deck. Yeah. Let's do one more. This deck's a little finicky right now, so some of y'all are having trouble putting your best foot forward, and you're struggling with a little bit of turmoil. But again, we're here to talk about cultivating our own sense of inner peace. So 3 cards. Let's see what wants to come forward. Boom! The Leo card. Your Uncle T is a Leo rising. This is the Strength card, you know, representing the astrological sign Leo. Also for me and my decks, you know, you can have little meanings within your decks, because it's a living thing, right? It's a energetic thing. So for me, this represents the ancestors, heavy. It's always the ancestors coming through with the Strength card, because the ancestors have laid that foundation to give us the strength we need to move forward in life, okay? Boom, we got the 4 of Wands, which is another aspect of celebration. You see these people celebrating. Oftentimes it represents marriage, or the 4 of Wands. It's these 4 posts, right? That represent, the 4 represents a stability, stableness. This is also, you know, that infinity, the 8. So we got the 8 and the 4. 9 right here on chamomile. So your ancestors are coming forward, you know, helping you pave the way to be in this celebratory energy. Something with, could straight up be your home, you know what I mean? Could be in marriage, in your relationships. There's some type of celebration that wants to come forward, because boom, look at this, the Ace of Wands. This is beautiful energy. So, you know, it's quite funny, because Spirit never ceases to amaze me, but yet I'm always taken back when I pull these cards. So, you know, it's been a little heavy energies lately, but it being the luckiest day, you know, of the year, like, I wasn't sure what was going to come forward. Is it something that we're transforming through? Even the last few readings have been this aspect of transformation and coming through on the other side of things that have been, you know, very traumatic or very experiential, you know, like sometimes we experience a lot of things in life that we didn't really ask for or we don't really want, but it's those life lessons that help us move forward. And your ancestors are here to say, hey, we've been through it too. So come and ask us for guidance. Matter of fact, we've laid all the foundations for you to move forward with things in strength and victory. And we see, you know, this 4 of Wands. The Wands represent fire. Fire represents spirit, passion, things like that. So it's almost quite, and the Ace of Wands, I didn't even realize is the Wands. So yeah, Spirit's just coming through. Spirit's coming through to imbue you, to bless you. You know what I'm saying? So again, the celebratory energy. For some reason, I'm still getting home. So it's some type of blessing within the home, whether that be your physical home or whether it be the home meaning your family, your dynamics within your, you know, familial relations, things like that. Again, could be straight up relationships with the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a new beginning, and you see homie holding that big old wand right there. You know what I'm saying? So that represents, you know, that can represent what it represents. It could be someone coming forward trying to offer their wand to you, so to speak. You know what I mean? Offer this flame, you know, the wands representing fire. It's like a flaming torch, right? So you've got this flaming torch energy, and then that wants to come and light all 4 posts, you know, in celebration. And your ancestors are essentially giving it the go-ahead and saying, hey, you know, this is coming from on high, so don't be surprised when whatever this is comes into your life. See it as a new opportunity, a new time for growth. You see the wands represent like the wood and the growth as well. You know what I'm saying? You see that sprouting. So some new energies sprouting, some inner peace is coming. You know, this quite very well could be a relationship coming in to help you cultivate inner peace. This could be a new opportunity. Again, with the fire, the wands representing fire, representing spirit, representing passion. You know, it could very well be your ancestors. Look, let me slow down. Look for the signs from your angels, your ancestors, and your allies. Again, we've got this angelic presence, which is always here. This represents the ancestors for me. And then even with the wands, it's like the herbs, the growth, right? So we're looking at our allies as far as herbal allies, chamomile. So drink you some chamomile tea, offer up your prayers to the Most High, and be ready for what's fitting to come in. Also, offer up some chamomile tea for your ancestors, and they're giving you strength. Let me see, what else is, you know, the lion aspect, Leo. So this could come forward in Leo season. So we've got, you know, Gemini season, Cancer season's about to fall upon us, and then Leo season. And then within Leo season, we've got the Lion's Gate energy, right? So this is something that could come to fruition during the Lion's Gate portal. As you see, we've got the lion down here, okay? So all these things are coming forward. This is just a quick little message for y'all. It's the luckiest day of the year, y'all. So get ready, you know what I mean? And if you ain't ready, like I said, you better get ready, because spirit, your angels, your ancestors, and allies are trying to bless you, are fixing to bless you with something, shoot, beyond your wildest imaginations. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. That's just beautiful celebratory energy. The foundation has been set. We've got this ancestral foundation. We've got the Four of Wands, the 4 posts that are set up for some type of party, celebration, you know what I'm saying? And then you've got someone coming in holding the torch with the Ace of Wands. So, hey, take it for what it is. Inner peace is coming your way. This is a beautiful picture. You know, take what you need from that. We've got the deer, beautiful sunrise. It's a sunrise or a sunset, so it's the dawning of a new time. It's inner peace. It's pretty straightforward. So it's your Uncle T, wishing y'all the luckiest, wishing y'all the happiest, luckiest day of the year. Go ahead and embrace it. Again, and let that energy come into your cipher. Let that energy absorb some of that energy, and that energy is going to continue to precipitate until Lionsgate. So that's the message for today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's your Uncle T, you know, signing off with you and your most elevated angels, ancestors, and allies. Ooh. Ashe. Holla. Oh, let me turn this off. Camera remote.